Welcome to Faith Today Christian Ministries and this a special message regarding Israel on the End Times 777 channel. End Times Today 777 channel. The menorah that you see here in this image is the emblem of Israel depicting the menorah and olive leaves, which the state adopted in 1949 as its official emblem. And the image here is courtesy of Creative Commons, and except where noted, all scriptures quoted in this message are from the New Living Translation. Israel is in travail, there's no doubt about it. The saints are to bless and pray for Israel. The scriptures make it clear. Israel is the Lord's special possession. So is Jerusalem. Now, recently I was led to read Isaiah chapter 49, verses 8 through 26, basically reminding us that the Lord knows what's going on in the Holy Land and why. And in this passage and many others in the Bible, God lets it be known that He has a covenant with Israel and that He will deliver or rescue that nation. God created the nations. In Acts 17:26. We read, from one man God created the nations throughout the whole earth. He created the nations. He decided beforehand when they should rise and fall, and He determined their boundaries. It mentions here in the NLT that where it says from one man, in some manuscripts it says from one blood, one common humanity. Okay. All right. God does not call any other nation His special possession. You read the Bible in its entirety, and the only nation that He singles out as His special possession or treasure is Israel, and Jerusalem, His holy city, His city. In Psalm 135, verse 4 of the Amplified Bible, we read, or we can read, for the Lord has chosen the descendants of Jacob for Himself, Israel for His own special treasure and possession. And there are many other verses like this, okay? I'm just pointing one out, and you can do research to find many others like it. The Messiah, Jeshua, Jesus, in His second coming, will return to Jerusalem to set up His 1,000-year reign, what is known as the millennium. In Zechariah chapter 14, verse 4, we can read, on that day His feet, the Messiah, will stand on the Mount of Olives, east of Jerusalem, and the Mount of Olives will split apart, making a wide valley running from east to west. Half the mountain will move toward the north and half toward the south. Make room for the Lord, for the Messiah who is coming soon. God will bless those who bless Israel, or Abraham's descendants, and curse those who curse Israel. Which Israel? This is one of the things I was asked recently when the war between Hamas, the terrorist Hamas, and Israel began after the October 7 invasion and violent attack on the Holy Land. So which Israel? I say I side and I stand with biblical Israel, the Lord's Israel, not secular Israel, not any other Israel, but biblical Israel. This does not mean that we are to agree with or approve of anything wrong or sinful that Israel does as a nation. Certainly not. And it is God who will ultimately deal with Israel in His own way. For example, He punished Israel severely in the past for sins that are recorded in various scriptures. However, He does not plan to abandon Israel or cancel His destiny for this nation. Pray that God opens the spiritual eyes of the Jewish people so they can turn to Yeshua the Messiah and be saved. Pray for mercy on everyone in that nation, Jewish or Gentile. And you know, the Bible basically divides humans into two camps, Jews and Gentiles, the Jewish people and the Gentiles. Nations that disobey God concerning Israel and turn against Israel can expect to receive God's judgment. The Bible makes it clear. This includes any of the Western nations, including the United States, or nations that previously have stood behind Israel and by Israel. I mean, their governments, from an official civil government position or a monarchy, depending on whatever kind of government they have. But those that turn against Israel, well, they're messing with God's special possession, period. And they're going to be punished unless they repent. It's better just to stay out of it than come in there and start accusing Israel of all sorts of things, because believe me, nothing gets past the Lord. The Lord is going to deal with every nation and every government according to the right they have done and the wrong they have done. God judges individuals and nations. And I will be posting a separate message later about praying for our nation. Wherever you live, you have a nation, you live in that nation, pray and fight for your nation. And repenting of our country's national sins so that we can receive God's favor once more. This is just another reminder, the time is running out. Your host, Faith Today Christian Ministries, exists to exalt the name of Yeshua, or Jesus. This organization does not solicit donations. Give to groups that help the poor, needy, and widows. If you're eager to donate or want to give here, no, give it to someone who really needs it. Connect with other believers for prayer and encouragement. We need to be fellowshipping, and these are perilous times, and this is when you really need to not be a lone wolf or the Lone Ranger. You need to pray with others, come together with others, study the scriptures, whether you do it in person or online. You need to be in contact with other believers for prayer and encouragement, and also to intercede for whatever the Lord puts on your heart. Faith Today also on Facebook, X, and Rumble. Shalom to all of you. May God bless you and your loved ones abundantly. Take care out there.